It's an interactive exhibit here, I guess, where you can sit. It's a replica of the lunch counter, but it's electronic here, so you can choose a movement, I guess, you want to deal with. So I'm gonna look. I think I'm gonna do Black Power. Okay. And we want Black Power. Stokely Carmichael uses the term Black Power at a 1966 rally in Mississippi, espouses black pride, self-defense, and black control of their communities. Discouraged by what they view as a resistance to change in the nation, numerous groups embrace his principles. There are three parts to this experience: planning, participation, and consequence. Am I ready to begin? Yeah. Planning, 1964. Increased intensity within civil rights protests is met with increased violence from white citizens. You gather with other African Americans to discuss how best to protect the protests. All right, I'm gonna keep going, moving down with this. Okay, I'm deciding to. Well, at this point, I actively lobby the police to do more to protect protesters. You are dismissed. Oh, that's right. That ain't Black Power. That's right. That ain't Black Power. That's probably what a lot of people would have did. But Black Power would have said, hey, no, they fight us. We got to fight them. So that's what it would have been. Forcibly respond to acts of violence with appropriate retaliation. Now that's Black Power. That's more like, Malcolm X and all that. So I guess I have to say I'm with that since I got my X. All right. The deacons and all other blacks who resort to self-defense represent a simple answer to a simple question. What man will not defend his family at home and home from attack? Yep, now that's right. You know what? As a practical matter, Black Power participation, like many of your neighbors, you struggling to feed your family and pay your rent. When a flurry of arrests results in several days of unrest, you struggle to resist taking advantage of the situation. Yeah. Do you participate in unrest? Well, if you in there with them, if you think you can do it, you're going to say yeah. But what did they say? If you do that, you're going to get arrested. So that ain't going to do nothing to improve the situation. That's what they're saying. So, in other words, you wouldn't actually go through the arresting. I'm trying to get here. It is. Do you participate in unrest? No. You're being careful. While Black Power is all about exhibiting the power of the African American community, violent actions can have negative consequences. Yeah, I know that. Swipe down. This is 1964. This is the consequences. Due to local confrontation and the county-wide curfew is in place, a late night at work forces you to walk home at the curfew. Nearby cops notice and put you in handcuffs. They're liable to do that. How do you react? Well, I'm going to follow the officer's instructions. You're stupid not to do that. You are compliant, that's right. Displaying passive behavior goes against Black Power. Maintaining a position of strength by at least demanding your rights under the law is a must. Now, I understand that, but as a practical matter, especially you out there by yourself, you ain't going to be trying to be Mr. Man and you ain't got no backup. So, but I know Black Power say, hey, you ain't complying with a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't going with that. Okay, this thing is mucked up. Try to escape. You want to avoid. Yeah, you resist. Police brutality is a common fear. You know what will happen when you get to jail. Well, it's like you're almost gambling either way you go. Conclusion. The 1967 Detroit uprisings are considered to be one of the catalysts of the Black Power movement. What starts with a police raid at an illegal drinking establishment sparks one of the deadliest and most destructive riots in American history. All right, what's going on here? The conclusion. The Black Power movement opposed the nonviolent and integration-oriented philosophy of the civil rights movement. Its emphasis is on black pride, self-determination, and direct action. Serves as a model for later movements such as Black Lives Matter. I ain't gonna necessarily say that it had nothing to do with no Black Lives Matter, but you know, the history will write the history on that. 'Cause, you know, it was some fraud and trickery in that. That's it.